I wonder what the traffic's like getting to the post office. Good morning. It is Monday morning. It is a very wet morning and it's been slightly chaotic because we live very near to the major river crossing, crosses the River Thames, the Dartford crossing, and protesters climbed it overnight and they are currently dangling off the top of it. So they have had to close the crossing, the bridge, and I think divert traffic another way. So it's just caused traffic chaos this morning. I need to go to the post office to post some orders. I also need to go and pick up a prescription for Dan and run a couple of other errands. But I've also got to do my show notes because I'm filming a podcast tomorrow. And then I have possibly the world's most important job of all time ever. I'm going to introduce you to Ted. This is Ted. And he is very, very precious. He is Lilli's bear that she has had since she was born. It was bought for her by Dan's mum, her nanny. So my mum is Granny and my stepmum is Nana and Dan's mum is Nanny. And he is so precious, she didn't even want to hand him over for surgery. But as you can see, he has developed a tear here and he is very floppy. So she doesn't want his arms or legs restuffed particularly. She likes them floppy, but she would like him to be able to sit up a bit more and have more, be restuffed in the head and the body. So the hole is going to allow me to pull stuffing out. I might have to widen the hole slightly. However, I can't find any information about safely mending this type of fabric. I don't even know what the fabric is called. There we go. It's a kind of really soft plush fabric. It was never furry. It was always like this just soft, short pile fabric. And I'm wondering whether I'm going to just rip out a few more stitches in order to do the stuffing repair. He needs a wash, but she doesn't want him washed because apparently he has a special smell. And then I can pull the old stuffing out. I'm going to go and pick up some new stuffing today. And then possibly reinforce the fabric from behind. Oh, I went really bright then. With some webbing. I don't know. Perhaps I should put the call out for advice from all you sewers or people with experience of this before I make the repair. If you have any ideas on how to save Ted, please let me know. He's in good condition, other than this little rip, and she doesn't mind him having a little scar, but I would rather avoid a patch. And you know, replacing the stuffing, he's all right, is Ted, but he needs a bit of repair to help him survive the next 17 years. Yes. I look tired today, don't I? I am in the Lidl's car park because of my glamorous existence that I live. I'm not sure that sentence made sense. I love Lidl's. It's so fun. It's like being on holiday. I don't know why. You can get everything you need. The prices are reasonable. The fruit and veg are good. But it feels like shopping in a supermarket on holiday. I love it. I love the middle of Lidl as well, although it wasn't so great today. They do have some Halloween-y things in, but they're all a bit kind of plasticky and quite expensive actually, even for like the Halloween sweets and stuff. I'm just taking the label off my book. So I went to the charity shop in town. I had to go to the post office and run a couple of errands, and I was passing a charity shop which I know to be good for books and things. And I like to find books that are in really good condition. And sometimes I like to read them in the bath, although I've already got a bath book at the moment. I'm very slowly working my way through the first Miss Marple, Agatha Christie novel. I'm really enjoying it. But I do spend a lot of time editing when I'm in the bath during October. I'm going off on a tangent, aren't I? Anyway, there were some really good ones, including an absolutely pristine, brand new Lisa Jewell book. But I've already got a second-hand copy of one of hers, and I haven't read it yet. So I thought, no, I'm not going to clutter up and add to my already extensive book stash. Except what I'm about to show you disproves that theory, because I bought a book. This is a complete kind of non-brain using beach read chick fic type thing. It's in really good condition. It needs a bit of a wipe down actually, but I do that with all my books that I buy. And it just looks like something that would be a really good palette cleanser in between more worthy books, because I've read quite a lot of books recently that have required quite a lot of brain power, and I just fancied something really floaty and feathery and light, and this was £1.50. It might be rubbish, but sometimes they're good, aren't they? Nice little love story set in an English seaside town. Sounds good to me. So that was my little charity shop purchase for today. I've got all my bits from Lidl's that I needed, and now I'm going to go and check my P.O. box because I couldn't. I went the other day and they were on strike. Forgot, so I couldn't get in. So the post office is open when the strikes are on, because the post office is separate from Royal Mail. So you can still post stuff even if Royal Mail aren't delivering. But the Royal Mail office, the sorting office where I collect things for my P.O. box, was closed. But not today. That was my friend dropping... What was she doing?
Dropping around to her eldest son's watch meeting.
Oh, right. So my friend, who I've mentioned a few times, who's having chemo, she was just passing. This is really bad light. Hang on a minute. That's a bit better. She was just passing, and she was dropping off one of her son's watches, because Dan's got a little gadget to help take out a link so that he can wear it. And I had a letter in my P.O. box, so I shall open that shortly once I finished editing. I forgot to say as well that the traffic was fine. I thought it was going to be an absolute nightmare because they've closed the bridge, and that normally snarls up the local town. But it was absolutely fine, completely clear. The A2, which is the motorway running up to it, was looking pretty awful. But we seem to have got away with it. It's really difficult, isn't it? Because I kind of understand their protests completely, and they've got to make a noise about it, and it's hard to know what the right thing to do is. And I think climbing a bridge causing chaos for people trying to get to work or to hospitals or for whatever they're doing in their lives is that the right way? I don't know. And I think sometimes it's okay not to know, isn't it? There's no... Social media and the news can make it sound like you have to take some kind of side all the time, but I think it's okay to kind of see things from many different views and keep learning about it. 'Cause sometimes I think I've formed an opinion, and then someone else says something, and I think, oh, yeah, maybe that's right. And yeah, I think some things I have very strong opinions on, and other things I just don't know enough about to know what the right thing to do is, and that's all right, isn't it? Social media would have us believe it's not okay to still be deciding, or to see things from many points of view and understand all of them, or to just not know where to put your feelings on it. Am I making sense, or am I just having a Monday morning ramble? Need a smaller thingy, don't you? Yeah.
How many utensils does it take to make?
Oh, it's stuck. That was one. Oh man, it had such potential.
Oh, I'm going to have some chicken in.
It is 20 to 4. I have a very grumpy pre-teen home from school. She's got 2 friends home, so she's all full of it. Teens, pre-teens. Anyway, I'm going to take the other princesses. They're vegetables. Got sweet corn and lettuce. Hopefully they'll be a bit less grumpy. Hello, ladies. Do you like some vegetables? Hello. Hello. Oh, that was a good jump, hey. There we go, Terence. It's all looking so much clearer now after our little clean up yesterday. Almost ready for winter. Not quite, but almost. Broken strimmer, ready to go to the dump. So I've got to go, sorry, I'm just putting away the washing up, and I'm going to unload and reload the dishwasher as well. I shall try not to make quite that amount of noise. So I'm going to take Lilli to Blue Water because she's got her first training session, and excitingly, I have been catching up on my friend Sarah's Vlogtobers. So Sarah is the Yarnmugs podcast. It's the first time she's doing Vlogtober, and she is so relaxing to watch and listen to. Her days are very gentle, she's very softly spoken, and it's just really, really relaxing to watch. But one of her earlier episodes in Vlogtober, she was talking about something called a magic bag, which is basically a food waste scheme where you can buy a mystery bag from somewhere like Starbucks or a supermarket or a restaurant. You pay £3.50 and then you go and pick it up, and you don't know what you're going to get because it depends what hasn't been sold that day. So I thought, well, it looked fun and it was a bit like, you know, bit of a surprise element to it. So I'm going to go and pick up my first ever mystery bag or magic bag from Starbucks, one of the Starbucks at Blue Water at 6:30. So I shall film that as well, and I'm hoping I might get like a couple of muffins and not just like some like stale sandwich or something. But it'll be fun to find out. So I'll take you along with me for that. But right now I'm going to keep unloading the dishwasher, put Sarah back on in the background and watch her. And I've got to stop talking to myself because Phoebe's got 2 friends and they keep walking in and out, and they must be wondering what I'm doing. Which way are we going? Brilliant, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm at Blue Water waiting for Lilli. It's rather nice to have this little bit of privacy and quiet to sit and do my editing, and I'm going to have a look at what's in my first ever mystery bag that I've just collected from Starbucks. Could be a big disappointment. Well, Lilia's going to love that. That's good. She can have that tomorrow, or Dan can. What else have we got? Oh, Dan will love that. Beyond Meat breakfast sandwich. So the date is all for today. I'll be fine for tomorrow. Ooh, another plant-based one. Fiery no chicken wraps. I reckon that's Dan's breakfast and lunch sorted. Although I'm quite tempted by that. Exciting. Oh, there's another Lilia one in here. Mac and cheese. She loves a mac and cheese. Oh, I'm very pleased with that. £3.50 for that little lot. I was kind of hoping for a muffin, but you know, I'm happy. So I'm now going to sit and edit for a little bit. Got my favourite drink, my Vita Coco with chocolate. I love this. I'll drink this, do a bit of people watching, do a bit of editing. Could get used to this. It's 9 o'clock. Phoebe's here. I'm having my pasta that Dan's just heated up for me. And we're going to sit. What, we're going to watch a bit of Death in Paradise?
No, we're going to watch Mako Mermaids.
Oh my goodness, haven't seen this in years. Mako Mermaids. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Actually, this is H2O with Cleo and Emma.
Very good.
That's how they say it. I know, the condensation.